Hello, welcome back to Magic City Entertainment. Hopefully you guys are doing great today. So today I'm bringing you guys a list of 10 games that I found to be disappointing. I will see you guys at the end of the video. Peace. Coming at number 10, we have Wolfenstein Youngblood. This game is a first-person shooter that is a spin-off of the Wolfenstein series. It's about BJ Blazkowicz's daughters, killing Nazis of course. What can go wrong? Wrong. This game wasn't good at all. I truly don't understand what happened with this game. The first two games in the series of the Wolfenstein series were great, but for some reason this spin-off fell completely down a rabbit hole. The story wasn't very well done, if you can even call it that. They made this game into a RPG type. I don't know why. Now there's a leveling up system. It would have been cool, that would have been fine, but the way they did it, it just didn't work. Why would you fix something that's not broken? Why change something? And whatever they changed did not do good for this game. It was a total fail. I mean, really, how can you mess up a game about killing Nazis and robots? Like, come on. You can't mess the formula up. If the formula is working from the first two games, there's no way you can mess this one up. And they messed it up. They missed a really great opportunity here because you're playing as BJ Blazkowicz's daughters. Two, plural, daughters. You have two of them. Multiplayer would have been amazing with friends. You have one other person that has it with you. They can play together as the sisters. Speaking of the sisters, they are just not interesting at all. They're not. They're really not. And it's sad because BJ Blazkowicz is a very interesting character. Very. But his daughters, for some reason, it was not good. It was a hit or miss, honestly. In my opinion, I just felt like they were not good as characters. This game definitely could have been better if it was cooked in the oven a little bit more. Stay away from this game. Coming in number 9, we have The Order 1886. The only good thing I can say about this game is the graphics were amazing. It looked like you were watching a movie, and I think that was a problem. Instead of having us play a game, it turned into like we were watching a movie while playing a game. It's weird. It's kind of a weird concept. I mean, they had it to where, you're facing half-breeds that were werewolves, and that gameplay completely was simple, wasn't bad, but the problem with it was that the AI was not very smart. There was literally one stage in the mission that you literally just stand in one area and they will keep coming to you. All you gotta do is just let them come to you and shoot them. That's it. That's a broken mechanic in the game. That has to be something you have to fix before the game comes out. I'm not saying the game was completely bad. It was just disappointing because it looked amazing. Visually amazing. And the weapons they had were cool. You had futuristic weapons in the time period they had it in. Come on. What werewolves? Come on. You cannot get that wrong. That had to be something you needed to really focus on. And I think what they could have done more is maybe not focus so much on the graphics of the game and more so on the story. Coming in at number 8, we have WWE 2K20. Oh my god, I mean, how do you mess up a wrestling game? The game was very buggy when it first came out. It was a mess. It was a total mess. And on top of that, it just didn't seem like they improved from the last wrestling game they had. WWE 2K19 was decent. I wouldn't say great. It was decent. The story mode was kind of good. I actually liked it a lot. I'm not going to lie. But this one was nowhere near it. I don't know what happened with the development of this game. It felt like this game was completely rushed just to get out there, just to be like, here's another wrestling game. No. You have to take your time. Please. We don't want games to be rushed. We want our games to be taken time, put with a lot of love and effort. Because once you put that in there, the game's going to be great. It's going to be great. They could have it doesn't seem like you have to rush these type of games out. Just take your time and make a good wrestling game. Because that's what the fans deserve, a great wrestling game. Go back to how it was in SmackDown versus Raw. Give us something like that. Oh, wrestling will be great again. But right now, we're not getting the games that we deserve. And we deserve a better wrestling game. Because wrestling is still entertaining. And this version of the game was not entertaining at all. Coming in number 7, we have No Man's Sky. When this game was first showed off to us at E3, wow, it looked amazing. It was on definitely my list of games to play. But then when it came out and everything was shown, we did not get what we were shown. And that was a little embarrassing for the company, for Hello Games. You know, I felt like we were betrayed by a company that lied to us, saying, oh yeah, you can do this, you can do that. Yeah, you can play with your friends. Of course, you're gonna be able to do stuff like that. And when the game came out, you couldn't do any of that. You know, it was literally, you just collect stuff over and over and over and just kept doing it. Watch and repeat, watch and repeat, watch and repeat. It got old real quick. It was very boring. And then the ending, there was no ending. It was just, it ended. You went all the way into the space, and then that was it. That was it. There was no true ending to the game, which was very sad. But they have been improving the game dramatically. They have really stepped up, and they're going to give us the game that they promised. Slowly but surely, it will be that game. But I just wish they would have gave us that game in the beginning instead of now. Coming in number 6, we have Watch Dogs. When they showed us this game, I was super hyped for it. But then when it dropped, I felt like we were lied to. Because what they showed us at E3 was not the game that we got. The story was okay / mediocre at best for what it was. But the main character, he wasn't likable. He wasn't charismatic or anything like that. He wasn't a very good main character. You know, he just seemed like he was just going through the motion. Like we were going through the motion with the game. You know, like it just wasn't fun. And they had an online mode, right? Well, not even a mode. You can play with your friend, right? Your friends. And it was not very fun at all. You couldn't really do anything. You could hack at each other. You know, that was, I guess, the fun you could make out of it. You know, drive around, I guess. It just wasn't very fun. They were really good with Watch Dogs 2, which I don't understand why they couldn't do the same thing with Watch Dogs 1. But then again, it's the second game, so they made it a little bit better. The first one was not that great. I mean, how could you really mess up a game about hacking stuff? How could you? Really? Think about that. Coming in at number 5, we have Anthem. Oh man, what can I say about Anthem? It could have been an amazing game, but guess what? We got bamboozled again with this trailer crap. They showed it off as being this super amazing third-person role-playing action game with an open world vibe. But the final product didn't feel like that at all. It felt like we got half of the game and the other half was still loading somewhere, or it had to be installed or updated for us. You know, which they're still doing. They're still updating this game, which is great. But we should have gotten the game that you wanted to give us day one. We shouldn't be having to do this whole downloading update stuff just to get the game that you promised us. You know, I wanted this game to be great. I did. Because it had that Destiny type of gameplay, that vibe. Even though it was third person, you know, Destiny's first person, but still, it had that vibe to it. And the one thing that had going for it was the graphics. You know, and two things, sorry. The graphics and the flying mechanics were amazing. Because you really felt like you were Iron Man. You were flying around those things. You know, and we don't have any Iron Man games, so this is the closest we can get. Just wish Anthem would have been cooked in the oven just a little bit longer. Coming in number 4, we have Crackdown 3. This game was delayed so many times, I lost count. I honestly didn't think we would get this game. And maybe we shouldn't have gotten it. They hyped the game up way too much. So when that happens, we're expecting a great game. They showed us something that looked decent. It looked pretty good. It looked like it was an average game at best. But then when we got this game, it was not what we expected. You know, we expected something great. Something that, you know, can make Crackdown 1 and 2 look like, oh, there were 2 games before this one? Yeah. Nah. We didn't get that. We got something very bad. It didn't look like it was finished. Online was boring. It wasn't very interesting at all. The story was meh. You know, if there wasn't even a story to it, I guess. It just seems like, how could you mess up a game to where you have like almost superpowers? You know, you're jumping around, you know, in this little suit and everything. Like, it just seems like, how you mess up a concept like that? I don't know how you do it. And on top of that, yeah, Terry Crews. Even Terry Crews couldn't save this game for where it was going. Coming in number 3, we have Mass Effect Andromeda. I'm a huge Mass Effect fan, and this game is not a Mass Effect game. I don't know what this is. You can throw that in the bin, because we didn't ask for this game. You know, we asked for a really good Mass Effect game, and we got a trash one. Very trash. Because Mass Effect 3, the ending of it was bad. I'm not gonna lie, the ending of it was bad. Which they could have went off the ending of Mass Effect 3, but they said, nah, we're gonna do something new and completely new. Okay, cool, that's cool with me. You know, when they first showed us it, it looked beautiful. You know, the areas they were showing us, the concept, the screenshots, the videos of it, looked amazing. But then when the game came out, it was bad. Really bad. Facial animations were god awful. Voice acting was not that great. Even the side characters were uninteresting. Mass Effect has always been a game where the side characters are super interesting. Always like that, always. But we didn't get that with this one. And on top of that, it seemed like they washed and repeat characters from Mass Effect 1 and 2 over to the new Mass Effect. I understand, you know, that they have the same, you know, type of, you know, planets and characters and everything, but why would you give us characters we've already seen before? Give us new characters that we've never seen before. That would have been great. And the story was really bad. It was just god awful. And it's so sad because Mass Effect is such a beloved series, and they screwed it up really bad. So I'm hoping when they make the next Mass Effect, it's good again, but we just gotta wait and see. Coming in number 2, we have Jump Force. I have 2 words for this game. Ultimate trash. I don't know what happened with this game. How can you go wrong with a concept like this? All these anime characters in one game. This was the game that was supposed to change anime gaming for us as anime people who love watching anime. But it went completely south in the wrong direction. It went to the bottom of the ocean and it stayed there. Because what happened? Really, what happened? The animations of these characters were horrible. Goku looks really big and bulky for no reason. It doesn't even look real. When they talk, it don't sound good. The facial animations of them looks really bad. It just doesn't look good. The story was bad. There was literally a video going around where Frieza literally floats up in the air. His body gets stiff and just floats in the air. What type of animation is that? It seemed like this game was extremely rushed and a cash grab for us as people who love anime games. We'll just buy it. Of course we're just gonna buy it. You got all these anime characters in there. You got Naruto, Sasuke, who else? You have Death Note, you have the My Hero Academia, some of the characters in there. Like, you have all these anime characters. Of course we're gonna be hyped. You know, then they show us that trailer when they first announced it, right? It looked amazing. And then when the game came out, it was really bad. I honestly don't know what to say anything else about this game because I'm very disappointed. Because this game was just, it looked amazing. You know, the gameplay is decent for what it is. You can have a little bit of fun for a couple minutes. You know, if you're playing with friends, you can have a really good time. But if you're playing just by yourself, it's gonna get really boring real quick because the story mode's trash. Online servers are not that great. You literally do the same combos over and over, and you're good. You're gonna win. There's literally Sasuke's character takes up half the map of his special. If you get the right characters with the right situation, it's a wrap. It's not a fun game. Stay away from Jump Force. But if you want to play it, go in at your own risk. Go in knowing this game is not the greatest anime game, and they could have definitely took more time with this game. I just wish they did. Far Cry New Dawn. Oh, this game was not good at all. They should have just made this DLC, and by when I say DLC, I mean like 5 missions at best, not a full-on story. Far Cry has not been good since Far Cry 3. Far Cry 3 to me was the best Far Cry. Well, 1, 2, and 3. They were all good. First one was okay. Second one was pretty damn good. Third one was great. What made the third one so great was that the villain was amazingly voice acted. He felt so real. You felt like that character was there talking to your character. And on top of that, your character was pretty damn decent too. You know, the upgraded system was great. The story was great. The missions were great. Everything about it was great. But lately, it just seems like the games have been wash and repeat, wash and repeat, wash and repeat. Nothing feels new and inventive. They all feel the same. They all feel the same, and that's not good. You don't want your games to start feeling the same. You want each game to be different from the last. And for a while, these games have not been different from the last. The missions seem like they all feel the same. Go do this, go do that, kill these couple guys, kill those couple guys. Oh, here's a cutscene. You have the cutscene. Oh, go kill some more guys. Go do this. You know, it doesn't feel like it's inventive. You know, with the third one, there were so many moments that felt good. It felt like they improved a lot from the second one. And the third one was really good. And the fourth one was okay, wasn't bad. But the series has gone down a wash and repeat type of role, and it seems like it's going to stay there. And it's sad because I love Far Cry. I think the series is great. You know, the only thing is they have to be consistent with the game, but they have to also be able to be new and inventive and not feel like it's the same game from some other game, the last game you made. Improve from that. Don't downgrade. You need to rise with the game, not fall with it. The Division. This game was shown off as something great. That E3 trailer that they showed us, not even a trailer, I'm sorry, gameplay trailer. Wow, it looked absolutely amazing. The weather effects looked great. The city streets looked great. The map even looked good when it rolled off your wrist like that. It just showed up on the floor. Like, that was amazing. Then the gameplay was even good. You know, of course they had the pre-recorded audio in the background like they always do. But when they showed this game, I'm like, yo, this is going to be great. You're playing up with 3 friends? Oh, yes. Exploring New York City? Oh, yeah. Sign me up. You know, and then the game came out. It was nothing like that. When they dropped the beta, actually, you have access to that beta and you play it. That's not the game we got. What they showed us is not the game we were shown. The map didn't look anything like they showed us at all. I'm like, what happened to that game that they showed us? We wanted that game. The game we got was not with this. So that was very disappointing that they showed us something. I felt it was like false advertisement pretty much, and which is sad because The Division was on my list for great games. And then Division 2 came. And Division 2 was way better, much better improvement than the Division 1. So they got to keep improving, and hopefully the future installments of this series gets better and better. The first one was utterly garbage, and we don't want to see that again. Coming in number 1, we have Fallout 76. I love Fallout. The games have always been good. Fallout 4 and New Vegas are my favorite. I mean, if they would have just taken all the stuff they learned from all the Fallout games, all the DLC, and put it in this game, this game could have been Game of the Year and not the most disappointing Game of the Year. It has so many elements of greatness, but it's a missed opportunity. The concept of this game is great. Online with friends in a Fallout type setting, sign me up. But sadly, I didn't want to sign up for this game at all. I wanted to stay close away from it. It just wasn't great. Graphically, it was a hot mess. It was ugly, very ugly at times. And it felt buggy as well. Like, there was one of these monsters and it just got stuck. And when you would just waste ammo on it, it was a sponge. It just kept taking ammo. Didn't die at all, which is sad. Like, how could you have something like this be in a game? Really, how could you? You know, and it's sad to see because modders be working sometimes harder than developers. I'm not saying that they are. I'm definitely saying developers, they put hard sweat and tears into their games. But sometimes it just doesn't feel like it looks like it. And that's sad to see, honestly. Because I want to see every company that makes a game great. Because at the end of the day, we customers are gonna play your game regardless. We're gonna play it no matter what, even if it's a bad game, even if it's a good game. We're gonna play it, you know, because we're fans of your work. We enjoy what you do, and we really wish you would have we would have loved to enjoy this game for what it was. But it looks like the game is getting a free update. So if you do have this game, you have a free update of the Wastelanders, free, completely free. They are adding voiced NPCs and a whole bunch of other stuff that should have been in the game day one. But it's good to see that, you know, they actually are fixing their game. You know, when all the games on this list just could have been fixed, or they could have just been great on day one release. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If so, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Magic signing out. Peace.